What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have done and completed 23.1. Now, today's workout was actually a pretty brutal, disgusting, terrifying, skillful workout. And the reason for that is because you have to really have a lot of endurance for be able to complete a 60, 50, 40, 30, and 20 reps of each movement. And at the same time, when you got to the ring muscle ups at the end with the 20 reps, at that point, your form was gone. Now, you may be asking, if you're someone new to my channel, what the is the CrossFit Open? So in order to really understand what is the CrossFit Open, I think that the biggest thing here is to actually know that this is what qualifies any athlete who wants to compete at a high level in the CrossFit competition. So the CrossFit Open is actually something that you want to do as a community. So in a community aspect of the CrossFit Open, it's like something that is super cool and super competitive at the same time. So since starting CrossFit for myself, I actually have been doing this for over 6 years. And here are some things that I've noticed. Now, when it comes to community, it's something cool that you get the community out there to really engage and be very determined to really complete this workout. Now, mind you, when we're doing the CrossFit Open, it's something that these workouts are being made by the CrossFit HQ, and having a community out there to really push you to your limits, it's a very, very energetic atmosphere. Even if you're not doing this in RX, then you're definitely getting all these people behind you to push you to your limits. It's just something super cool. Like, you know, people are just out there to push you, and really you don't get that a lot. You know, most likely when you go to different gyms, you'll see that even if there's an event, you really don't know anybody. But in the CrossFit community, when you're doing a CrossFit Open, the cool thing about 23.1 or any type of CrossFit Open workouts is that everyone's there to cheer you on and really push you. And at the end of the day, you're having such a great time that even if it hurts that bad, you're still having a great time. So think of it as a workout party. Basically, you go in there, you have a great time doing your workout. You're not really having a good time while you're doing the workout. But then after, you get some beers, some drinks with your friends, and you really talk crap about the workout, how bad it was. And really, it becomes a party at the end of the day. Second thing is, how much have you improved from your previous year? Now, here's something super cool that I thought that I would love to share with you guys. The main reason why most people love to do CrossFit or the CrossFit Open is because you're really trying to see how much have you done or how much have you progressed from your previous years. Maybe you might look at it and being like, well, maybe you're trying to look different in physique wise, and maybe that's a cool way to compete and to really notice your progression. But at the same time, it's also how much better have you gotten into different movements. So for example, when you're doing CrossFit, you're normally being challenged in different ways: endurance, Olympic lifting, so how heavy can you lift, and gymnastics. It's one of the toughest areas of CrossFit because, you know, when it comes to gymnastics, you're just doing a lot of handstand walks and pull-ups and muscle-ups, which this workout had, and it was, I'm telling you, fucking terrible. The last and final thing that I think is really cool about the CrossFit Open is that this is your season. So everything that you have worked up for the full entire year, this is where it comes down to how good have you gotten. Now, yes, there is a lot of movements and a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to these CrossFit Opens, and your partner's there to judge you to see exactly how many reps have you gotten. So at the end of the day, it's a really cool community, and you're having a great time with your friends and family and doing these workouts, and it's like your own in-house competitions. What else can you ask for? There's another thing you can ask for then. You can ask into actually being competitive around the world. Now, there's so many different types of individuals that actually it's competing in the CrossFit Open. So basically, you have firefighters, policemen, nurses, you have coaches, just different types of people who are doing this workout. If you're over 50, then you're doing a different type of variation of the movement or a different type of weight. If you're underneath that, maybe between 30 to 40, it changes, and it depends on what you're doing. Maybe everybody can't really do the workout itself at the same weight. Now, for the thing that you came for, which is 23.1. For the MR workout, it's gonna be listed right here. So it's 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, starting with 60 calories, 50 toes to bars, 40 wall balls, 30 cleans, power cleans to be exact, and 20 muscle ups. And then you do that all over again. Here are some tips and tricks that I think will be really cool for you guys to really know. Something that I noticed from one of the coaches at Freaking Fitness who did it, named Cody. he actually did a full round plus 19 calories. So that's super impressive. For me, yes, I'm definitely not the same exact athlete that I was a year ago. So I only got to 1 muscle up. So here's my tips on how to really break it down. So if I was someone who is starting this workout and I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, I can go balls to the wall or I can break it up. So if you have the athleticism to do the workout unbroken, then I would do it unbroken. And that's only for really any CrossFit athlete out there. But even then, you'll notice that they'll break it up because it's going to be very taxing on your forearm. When you start the workout, the calories should be something super patient and super relaxed as you're doing it. Trying to keep it at 1 pull for the calories. Now, it's always going to depend on the women and the males because sometimes, you know, or even your height. Because sometimes, like, if you're short, then most likely you're gonna need 2 to 3 pulls versus someone who's already tall. It's gonna really depend on how hard they pull. Now, when you're done with your 60 calories, you're gonna move on to your 50 toaster bars. And here is where maybe I fucked up. I don't know, maybe. I did 10 and then I went from 10 to 5, 5, 5, 5 all the way through. And then the last 10 to 15 reps, I probably end up doing 3 to 2 reps at a time. Now, here's where you're probably going to take most of the time just because really, like, you know, it all comes down to form and your core. And so I would do something where it's 5 and with a 5-second break at max, I would try to drop it down to 3. And this is just, you know, something that I saw that I could have done better. When you're done with your toaster bars, you're going to move on to your wall balls, 40 reps. Now, if you can do it 10 at a time, if you have the stamina, then I would go for 10 at a time. But if you need to drop it to 5 and 5 and 5, that was something that I would also recommend. Like I said, once again, if you're an athlete who really is striving to go to the CrossFit Games, there's no reason why you couldn't do 20/20 or maybe even 40 unbroken. When you're doing your 20 or your 30 power cleans, I've noticed that everybody's doing 1 at a time, which is honestly the best thing that you can do. I would not suggest to try to go touch and go because honestly, that just might hurt your grip as to the point where you're doing muscle ups, you're not gonna have any grips through your muscle ups. And lastly, I would definitely do my 20 muscle ups 3, 3, 3 all the way through if possible. But something else that I thought of, maybe do 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, just because you want to keep that form going, but also resting at the same time as you're pushing yourself to do your muscle ups. And if you're lucky enough to get to the rower, then I would definitely suggest to do all out. Here are my tips and tricks on how to really perform your CrossFit Games Open 23.1. Now, you might be asking yourself, why should I listen to this one guy? Well, I used to be a coach, and honestly, yes, maybe I had dreams of becoming a CrossFit athlete, but honestly, it just takes so much dedication and so much hard work that I'm just an average Joe, just like you guys, who is trying to work out and live the best life possible. If you're staying tuned to my channel, make sure to subscribe because we're gonna be doing a lot of fitness, traveling, and film. Because who doesn't want to learn how to take films and cool videos so that you can post it on your YouTube channel? If you like the video, make sure to give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on 23.2, so stay tuned for that. See you guys in the next one, and stay grinding.